on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. He'll call for the fair catch here. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Quick strike complete. At the 40, there he goes. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this.
Find an explosive play right out of the gate.
Got his man down the middle. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down.
And the offensive line and the quarterback has to do their job on screens. They got to sell, pass down the field, pass down the field. Offensive line releases. Quarterback now snaps his eyes to the running back. The running back does the rest with the big boys out in front, creating a pass.
Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are...
Just causing wreckage in the secondary. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Guys at the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and into the house. Touchdown balls. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Fielded in the end zone. It's Stewart. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Here comes the option. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22. 6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. On the option. He'll toss it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. NC State going up tempo. Running back goes in motion. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Feeling some heat. Pulls it in. Just plowing down the field. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And he had to go a long way to reel that ball in. He started off way on the right, crossed the entire defense, made the catch on the other side of the field. There's an example of how this offense can really attack every corner of the football field.
The Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. Caught behind the line. It's Wilcox. On that last one, they need 8 on 2nd down. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint in the AC. He is smashing people. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Now on 1st and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. Wide out in motion. He looks that one in nicely. Touchdown, Wolfpack! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling?
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Going for it all. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. The Volunteers decide to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Probably hope for a little bit more on that one. It'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here,
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. He's looking to throw. He makes the catch. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. NC State quick to the line. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Oh, he wants it all. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, NC State! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability, that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive figure.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Fair catch, called for and made. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. At the 35, he's open. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the second.
With the score, NC State 14, Tennessee 7.
Linebackers shuffling around. Man! Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. And the ball's headed quickly to the line. They'll throw it on first down. Going for it all. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers. They'll try to tack one more on their score. Right down the boulevard. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Virginia Tech delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way Logan Thomas, Tyrod Taylor, and the great Michael Vick used to do. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. NC State with a 1st and 10 here.
At the pace this guy's going at right now, this could be a record-setting type day. This could be a game for the ages for this dude. He already has 2 touchdowns, picks up that first down. This is still the first half, guys. What is this guy capable of doing the rest of the game? We're going to find out.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
Man, that's a great job by the defense not letting that bird out of the cage. When you can run like this guy can, you got to keep the edge. Did a great job. He went backwards, retreated, gave up some ground. They didn't give up the outside, got the sack on the play.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's 2nd down. The option look. Now the pitch. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Makes a connection. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the 2nd quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
This is well within field goal range, but the kicker will stay on the sideline, and the offense will try to convert on 4th down. They move the tight end all over. Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wolfpack! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Davis. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves shot at it on 1st and goal. Snap it to the back. And the Volunteers will move the sticks.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the 1st down.
If you really want to...
And this offense will have to feel pretty good about itself if it can tie the game before halftime. 1st and goal. Takes the easy completion. And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down.
Timeout, NC State.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Goes to the option. The pitch. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David. And the ball's on the ground. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Pulls it and fires to the left. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Looks as if NC State has a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Quarterback checking the play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, when the offense goes empty, that triggers the defense to want to blitz. The linebacker came that time. They couldn't get him blocked, and down goes the QB.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on 3rd down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Zings it complete to the right. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. NC State going up tempo. He'll come out throwing on first down. They'll run the screen. He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to pass on 2nd down. They're trying to get to it. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to get the first through the air. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Makes the grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. And he gets to the line quickly and spikes it, saves a little time, and they'll have a chance to put a 3-spot on the board before halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Vols will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. Crosses to 40. Oh, look out. There he goes. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, North Carolina State. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of the football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these and just weapons of mass destruction.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Utah is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. Nice.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Oh, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return.
How oftentimes can you say that there is a safety who's the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down, here comes this offense. He's going to pass. It's complete to the right. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. The Volunteers want to pick up the tempo.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for a first.
Comes out throwing on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah.
North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He makes the connection. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, NC State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Tennessee, 21.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
They'll throw it on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's a mid-stride inside the 10. Touchdown ball. And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute for them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Man, last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. They'll run the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man.
And the Tennessee offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon.
And he breaks into the open. He's at the 20. Touchdown Volunteers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
NC State 42, Tennessee 35.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field.
The expressway is wide open. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
This defense really needs to be careful, and they have to play with great eye discipline, understanding where the football is at all times. Moving forward, they have got to know if this guy has the ball, because he is dangerous in space.
An explosive play takes them right outside the red zone, and they've got it 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Pressure coming. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Nice sack by the defense. Great job getting to him, getting him on the ground. That's the 4th sack of the day. This defense have had some bright moments, but they've also given up some big plays. Keep rushing the quarterback, but keep that coverage intact in the back end.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on 1st down. Quarterback checking off. They'll put the tight end in motion. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. In the end zone. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being caught. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire. You might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback was being just a bit too careful, trying to throw that ball too far outside, obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick six, but he needs to be more accurate.
From the gun, running back on the move. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, NC State 49, Tennessee 35.
Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Makes his connection. Still on his feet at the 45. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. All kinds of running room. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Touchdown, Tennessee. Number 25 in the end zone.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Washington is trailing right now, but I'm old enough to remember the 2001 season where UW won the Rose Bowl and nearly won a title. If that group could find a way, there's hope for this team. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Washington State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. A lot of urgency for this offense.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense may be time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
After the incompletion, let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 33. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Pressure's there and he lets it go. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
Get the quarterback off the spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all 3 of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man in the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
The running back has it. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run the option. Now the toss. And he's dragged down.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
Here we go. 3rd down and 1. Let's see what you're made of. They want that clock to run. Bust through behind his pad. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And this is so frustrating late in the game when you got to get the football back and you can't stop them. My goodness, this drive's been going play after play after play. This defense has got to find a way to blow up, make something happen, get a stop, and get the football back.
You know, every running back thinks about the 100-yard barrier every time they take the field. And this guy, you know he's got it in his mind. He might be the only one in the stadium right now that knows he's got 97 yards rushing here in the 4th quarter. You know he is begging his coach just for one more carry to get that mark.
Motion from the offense. Calls his own number. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Third and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? Quarterback will keep it. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Fast motion from the offense. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on 1st down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a 2nd down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
After that 5-yard loss, some work to do now to keep this drive humming at 2nd and 15. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, North Carolina State! And they take it in for 6 more points. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive, They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Fair catch called for and made. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time. On the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. They're working that left side. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And it's picked off for the third time today. Oh, let them grasping for air. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with the victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today.
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth.
63, Tennessee, 42.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll try the run. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the fourth quarter, you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting to find ways to win games and you expect that you will perform well enough to do so, that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team incredibly mentally tough right now, David.
And you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks and you string together positive plays.